It's 6:32 right here. Time for us to see what the headlines are saying this morning. Please note these headlines are only read as published according to the guidelines of these various media outlets. They've got nothing to do with Nigeria Info. So ensure you have the facts, details, and every information you need, even while you react to these headlines.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
Let's get started with the Vanguard right here. Ohaneze Ndigbo tackles Bayo Onanuga over alleged hatred for Igbo. Bank MD risks jail for alleged disobedience of court order. Military hands over Chibok girl, 330 other victims to Borno government. 5 abducted Ondo Corps members regained freedom after 5 million naira ransom. North ranks high in poverty, illiteracy, insecurity, ACF. Cost of living crisis, Anglican bishop sues for peace ahead of planned protest. Naira down to 1,585 naira per dollar in parallel market. Edo, appeal court declines to avoid PDP's primary, sack Itodo as candidate. My fight against impeachment to protect Deputy Governor's office, Shaibu. My friend laughing at me after wanting me not to invest in Nigeria, Dangote. Economy faces threat with 1.4 million barrels per day crude output. Average Lagosian spends 57% working hours in traffic, 28% income on transport. Yabatek Dawn. Nigerians shun bread, pastries as prices continue to soar. 300 level AAU student shot dead. Peter Obi bemoans Nigeria's economy, calls for unity to tackle hardship. Tinubu implementing IMF programs he protested against under Jonathan, SDP's Adebayo. Let's move on now to the Daily Trust. Looming protest. Nigerians are angry. NLC tells Tinubu. Minister intervenes in Dangote, NNPCL, NMDPRA, NUPRC brawl. Ex-NACON chairman Abdullahi Mukhtar loses wife. Police kill 3 suspected bandits in Benue. Abacha family loses land revocation suit against government. Some northern politicians promoting pull him down syndrome, Governor Sani. Praising SKP who masterminded general's murder nabbed trying to flee Nigeria. IPAC rejects bill to create local government electoral commission. Cattle rustling, illegal mining worsening insecurity in Northwest Army. Nigeria can't continue to import solar panels, Minister. Rivers crisis. Court rejects Amawule's bid to restrict Fubara's spending. Edo governorship. APC demands Obaseki's impeachment over crisis comment. Let's move on now to The Guardian. Over 30,000 jobs lost to closure of manufacturing firms in 4 years. Federal government, Dangote, NNPC meet, explore solutions to refinery crude crisis. Planned protests, NLC, NANS, others insist government must address hunger, hardship. GDP ranking, it's been 9 years of retrogression, Obi laments. Let's move on now to the Punch. Fuel crisis. Marketers project 700 billion naira monthly subsidy. Edo poll. Rising tension, legal battles, attacks, heightening political temperature. Hunger protests. NLC warns against clampdown. Inflation. Organized private sector opposes fresh interest rate hike as MPC meets today. Fake kidnap. Appeal court affirms dethroned Magodo monarch's jail term. Court declines to bar Fubara from spending state funds. Gunmen killed 300-level Ondo varsity student. Police arrest suspected robbers. Recover 2 AK-47 magazines in Delta. Include domestic workers in minimum wage, Senate tells federal government. ABGA crisis. Party chieftains trade words over chairmanship. Tinubu deserves credit for not deploying federal might in Rivers, Kanu, others, NWC member. And that's it on the Punch. Let's move on to the This Day. Obaseki. If APC doesn't allow free fair poll in Edo, it'll trigger crisis in Nigeria. Finance Act. 50% banks forex gains tax won't affect Nigerians. Federal government, NAS pledge. Analysts urge CBN to stimulate growth as MPC meets. Nasima lists effect of MPR hike on businesses. After TCN suspension notice, AEDC sacks management team announces new leadership. Senate seeks inclusion of domestic servants in new national minimum wage scheme. House of Reps, 27 state assemblies, ministers move to end malnutrition, food insecurity. Federal government moves to scale up renewable energy use in Nigeria, wants discos to adhere to 5% quota. Federal government moves to end Dangote, NMDPRA rift, meets major industry stakeholders. And that's it on this day, this morning. Time to get to your reactions right now. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go on there to watch the show live and be a part of the conversation. To call in to share your thoughts and your reactions, you can do that via the WhatsApp voice call as well as regular phone lines. Please ensure when you call in, move away from your device and kindly go straight to your point in 1 minute. This will let for other people to get a chance to call in and share theirs as well. 0700 951 0000, 08095 974869, and 080 99930137. Those are the numbers to call. The last number is the WhatsApp number. You can use that for the regular phone call option or the WhatsApp voice call option. And if you decide to send a WhatsApp message, to ensure that you include your name and your location. Let's see what's happening on our live feed right now on Facebook. Good morning, Ishaku Emmanuel. Dr. Mrs. Unmar Lebar, I know where it says, why is it that things that work well in other lands are impossible in ours? Can investment thrive in an insecure environment? Our problems are critical and require urgent, drastic solutions. May God grant our leaders wisdom and love for the masses. Leaders who march on gold in search of honor. Leaders who lead by example. Grant us leaders, not dealers. All that we require are trust, sacrifice, and understanding. Good morning, Undukwe Kalu, watching from Abba. And Moazu John Lasisi says, North ranks high in poverty and illiteracy. What do you expect? Nobody is promoting pull him down syndrome. Nigerians are tired. Enoch Bichard says, watching live from Bauchi State, and also Francis Namani in Enugu says, the federal government should urgently begin to diversify her economy, revitalize her moribund refineries, and invest hugely into the agricultural sector to boost food production, fuel supply, and tackle the current economic hardship in the country. May God help us. Good morning, Ali Zubairu Malam. God bless you too. Thank you. And Amandine Onisha says, Fubara is the elected governor of Rivers State, so nobody can remove him until 2027. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome.
How was your night?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Please go ahead.
He's a lovely brother on North Central, living in Kuba Federal Housing, Malawi. I want to talk about that people say Omokere Igbos. So it's not your Omokere, now the Igbo that hate themselves.
They were hold on. Let's not mix things up. Nanuga is who they're referring to. Allegedly is how they put that headline.
Nanuga.
Yes.
It's not Nanuga say Igbo. Now Igbo hate themselves. When Nigerians they want to get and protest for the bad governance in the APC, their leaders in Igbo said the Igbos that they should not join the protest. And that's no way we didn't want you to join because the vote for Tinubu and that the northern Nigeria and the southern Nigeria vote for Tinubu. That's why they want to protest. If other people join, they don't join. Nigeria will come out and protest for the bad governance because people are suffering. They vote for Tinubu to come and develop Nigeria. They didn't vote for Tinubu to take Nigeria backward. Then I take my brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And just because a set of people or a group of people refuse to protest doesn't mean they hate Nigeria. Protest is free will. There's no compulsion to indulging. And what you're referring to, they said allegedly, okay, based on some of the statements and comments that he's put out using his X account in recent time in line with the planned protest about the hardship and hunger in the land. All right. So just be sure to get the facts right when you call in to react. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome.
Itodo.
Yes.
My name is Asanta Dola. We are going to local natural state.
Please go ahead.
Let me take from the security issue. The security agency they try their best because they are human beings. They are leaving their house every day, every night, every morning to go and do a necessary thing. And I can assure you, nobody is going to take this country granted because God gave us this country, all of us. And I can assure you, in the issue of corruption, nobody can take any money to the ground. At the end of the day, you go only in and you go to challenge. Is going to take everything damage that is doing before God. And inshallah, God is going to bless this country again. Nobody can do anything without God's consent. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless your family. Bye-bye for now.
God bless you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning once again, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome.
I remember on myself, Abubakar Ali Ketino picking calling from PW Kubwa. Nigerians are beginning to know who are their enemies. The oil cabal live larger than life. There is nothing like monopoly from Dangote. Refinery licenses were issued. Dangote decided to go to site. Others decide to import. The government have 4 refineries. Does anyone stop them from making it functional? There are other modular refineries. They say Dangote is monopolizing cement. Is it only Dangote cement that is in the market? Is it only Dangote sugar that is in the market? Is it only Dangote flour? Or what do we call it? Pastas that are in the market? They should leave and allow Dangote to leave. You know what is hurting me is this. The DG, midstream and downstream, I don't know what that one is still doing there after lying to Nigerians, after discouraging potential investors that will come into this country. He lied and misled the country about Dangote refinery, about the sulfur content in Dangote diesel, which were found to be not to be true, which were found that the one imported are have more high concentration of sulfur in ppm measure. So now, is he not supposed to resign? We have seen him is the mouthpiece of the oil cabals. And I want to tell them one thing. This is their last dance. They can never defeat Nigerians.
All right.
We have grown wiser now, Mr. Itodo. They cannot defeat us. They will not be defeated. Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Dikin Itodo.
Welcome. Good morning. Welcome.
My name is Salasi. Tinubu Pikin, thank you. And I quite believe your father is hearing, most especially the cabal that surround this oil sector. I want to talk about the planned protest. What government should do is that they should make sure that this fuel price is the fuel price. Look at the insecurity. The young student, the 300 level student, just shot by these criminals. And we are battling with all these things. As I'm telling you, most of the people can't go to their farms due to insecurity. Government provides security so that people can be able to have access to their ancestral land. Then make sure that this fuel price come down to 200 naira per liter. Then this electricity tariff, bring it down. These are the things that Nigeria are yearning for. If government can be able to do this in 2 days, I'm telling you, you hear all these protests will just vanish. Just like that. Please, government, do the needful. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to WhatsApp right here and take some of your thoughts and reactions to the headlines right now. Don't forget to include your name and your location when you send in a message. Evans Mega in Akko says poverty high in northern Nigeria, yet they tell Nigerians to not protest peacefully. I don't think leaders have sympathy for their citizens. And Dangote versus cabals, Nigerian government should do everything possible to protect the project, and some top government officials must go because of the problem in the oil sector, is what Oludade Abiodun says. And Emeka Ohanido in Somerset says it's high time all Nigerians come out to ask the government questions like, after subsidy removal, where has the money been for 1 year? Are you still paying subsidy? Why did you devalue the naira? When are the refineries going to start working? Why close the border when we are yet to produce enough food for the nation? Nigeria shall be great again, is how he ends the message. And the 300 level student shot dead. It's so sad. May God grant his parents the fortitude to bear the loss and rest the soul of the deceased, is what Haji Tony Abdusalam in Madala reacts to. Jimmy Odeni says federal government should intervene in the high cost of bread. The production of bread should be subsidized in the country. Children and few adults cannot do without it. If the cost of bread is prohibitive, it will make living unbearable for many Nigerians. The government should provide or remember rather the influence of high cost of bread on the French Revolution. A stitching time saves 9. And Skiddo with Live Camp saying anyone planning a protest in Nigeria right now might be an enemy of Nigeria. The current governor or government needs time for their reforms to mature. Nigeria shall be great again. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your device is on. Welcome.
Yeah, Itodo.
Yes.
Charles speaking.
Welcome, Charles. Please go ahead.
One of the presidential aides, Anonoga, have continuously, before the election and even after the election, been making some inciting statements against the Igbos. And nobody's talking about it. This protest that is going on, majority of the Igbos have stayed their standard. They tried to protest in the last administration during the exercise. It was a politicized. And any little thing in the east where we come from, the police and army will be told that AK-47 people will be shot direct. So on that basis, they don't want to participate on their protest. Yet, Ononuga is calling Mr. Peter Obi an IPOB. IPOB has never made a statement on this protest because what IPOB is looking for is separation from Nigeria, not on Nigeria politics. Yet, Ononuga continuously, him and Omokri have been making hate statements. Our quietness does not make
Charles.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my Nigerian food. This is Asalam from South.
Please go ahead.
Let's start from protest. By the grace of God, I will not be among the people that are going to protest because God has given me a sense to control myself. Number one, we have a president. Is this the president that will give us food on the table? We have governors. We have all this House of Reps, House of Assembly. They are in the state. And every month we have allocation that president are giving to us. Can't we ask our governors or the senators or the local government chairmen, what are we doing with those allocation that are given to us? And we are shouting all young. Every month our president are giving us allocation to work in the state, to work for ourselves. And we don't know where they are packing all those things to.
All right, that's
and we cannot stand up and ask our governors about our location. We are saying president should give us food in the table. That means we are not wise. The government of Nigeria.
All right, Tasala. Let's go on to the live feed on YouTube right now and take some of your thoughts. You can catch up at Nigeria Info Abuja. Mahmoud Mohammed, the only solution for Nigerians' problem now is for the president to reduce the prices of fuel and electricity, and also the cost of living will fall automatically. Noel Clam says, let our Naira appreciate against the dollar. It's no longer funny as people earlier envisaged about this government. Let Dangote be giving maximum support all round. God bless Nigeria. And Mr. Waf says, Tinubu implements IMF program. He opposed against during Jonathan's tenure. I think those in power now should apologize. Is how he ends his message. It's now 6:54. We're going to break, and when we come back at 7, the time to get more of your reactions. But you can catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. At 7, it'll be time for the news. So do well to stay tuned to Nigeria Info. Wash your hands, stay safe, and stay hydrated.
This is Nigeria Info.